Yo, what's going on, guys? We're just sitting here playing a little bit of NHL 17 gameplay here in the background as we just go ahead here and we're going to do another Q&A today. As I said, thank you guys for 6,000 subs once again. It's been great, the growth that's been going on lately. I really appreciate the support you guys have been giving me. Like, honestly, I can't express it enough. But today, thank you, first of all. Thank you for submitting all your Q&A questions. I'm gonna try to read through all of them, get everybody's questions. So if I missed your question, I'm sorry. I don't know. YouTube has a thing where it just decides it doesn't want to show comments sometimes for some reason. I don't know why it does it, but it does it. So unless you was trolling and asking for something free, I'm trying to get all these guys' questions in. Big popular question right off the bat here. Would you do a face reveal ever, eventually, anything? Here's the thing I think about this. I have so many different ways of thinking about this. First of all, here's it. I try to remain positive and stuff. And here's one thing. Think about this. How many times have you seen, be honest with yourself. How many times have you seen somebody do a face reveal or put themselves on camera on YouTube, as far as guys are concerned, I should say, not women. Guys are concerned, and you actually see somebody be like, oh, you're pretty nice looking or something. No. The only time you ever hear anybody do a face reveal and you hear is like, oh, that guy looks like an idiot, or oh, this guy's the ugliest person I've ever seen. It's like, I don't know, it's just negativity. Maybe you can call me an insecure little girl, but it's just negativity, first of all, that I don't want to be surrounded by. And then second of all, I don't understand what's so great about having your face on a YouTube video. I guess it's a personal thing. Like, some people are like, you know what, I like seeing your reaction to things. Me, on the other hand, I'm like, it doesn't bother me whether I see your face or not. I want to watch your content and what you're saying. Like, I can get what you're coming out with, your expression out of your voice kind of deal. And then, you look at guys like Bacon and 2BC face reveals. I don't even know what either one of them look like. Most subscribers on NHL. So, I mean, obviously, I don't know. I'm up in the air on it, probably. Unless it was some in real life kind of deal video, maybe, where I'm like outside hitting grand slams or something. I thought about that, honestly. Some baseball videos, I thought that'd be sick. Like I said, can't do hockey. I'll get into that further in one of the Q&A a little bit about why I can't do hockey videos, but baseball would be kind of sweet, I think, and I don't know. Then it makes sense to do, it'd be a little bit different then. All right, question number 2, after 6 years of answering that one, there was a few people that asked that question now. Can you react to the song Coxie Woxie Dixie Bird? What the f is that? Is that a song? That's gotta be, no, I don't know. Don't worry about this. I'll be back in a little bit. Oh, we're already here. Do you plan on expanding on your channel, like different games besides sports? Here's the thing. I'd love to do it. I really would love to do it. But people that watch NHL don't react very well when I put out even baseball and Madden videos. It seems like I lose subscribers. And it doesn't make sense to me because I'll upload like 4 or 5 NHL videos a week, right? And then I'll throw in like one Madden video. I did it last week. Legit lost like 7 subscribers in a half an hour. And it's like, I come right back to NHL videos. It's not like I quit doing NHL videos. I mean, I completely understand why you don't watch the videos. I mean, it's one of those things, like, you subscribe to somebody to watch NHL stuff, not baseball or football or soccer or something, But if they keep uploading that content, like baseball and stuff, I wouldn't have subscribed to them if they're still uploading, like, what you're watching. So I don't understand. I don't know what I'm doing wrong there. But I'm going to continue to try to do more sports and stuff like that. I'd love to do other things, like the WWE channel I got going on there, the Revive Legacy RLWWE or whatever. I got that completely separate because I knew there was no way a bunch of sports fans are going to react well to a baseball or wrestling channel. So that's kind of why I did that on the side. But then again, it does work for some people. I know Thrash does WWE, and he gets a pretty good reception from a lot of his fans that actually like watching his stuff. I want to try to keep it separate just because I don't know. What music do you like? Genre, artist, specific songs? Okay, well, I always tell people the same thing. I'm just anti-country, I think. Other than that, I listen to about anything. By country, I mean like current. What's funny is I'll actually listen to like classic country well over current. Because honestly, I don't think country is actually country these days. And for whatever reason, that bugs me. And I'm just not much of a country fan because, I don't know. But as far as like a lot of stuff I listen to, I'm a lot of rock, some rap, some pop. I'd probably there's some bands in there you probably never heard of, like From Ashes to New, Breaking Benjamin. But a little bit more popular rock, like 3 Days Grace, Hollywood Undead. And what about, you know what I've been getting into a lot lately? Packy and NF. NF Real Music. Rob the Yankee, dude. That guy got me into that, and I like their stuff. You know, kind of like the Weeknd's, a lot of the Weeknd's music. Oh, you know what I used to like? I used to like Drake like 4 years ago. Ever since he came out with Hotline Bling though, his songs they've just not been there for me. I don't know what you guys think about him anymore, but a lot of his new songs, I'm just not digging them. And as far as favorite songs, maybe? Well, he said specific songs, not favorites. So, you know what? The Weeknd right now, Party Monster. I'm into that song. It's a newer one. One of the newer ones. Packy, I like the difference. I like a lot of Packy stuff. I like some Logic, too. I like everything about 3 Days Grace. I like all their songs. I'm probably way out of your guys' league now talking about. We'll keep going. What do you think of the top 5 Columbus Blue Jacket players currently playing on the team? All right, Sergey Bob. You know what kind... come on. This guy's a Blue Jackets fan. I know what he's thinking. He wants me to say it, and I'm going to say it. The whole team, man. The whole team's the best. Man, that's tough. First, I'd have to say the goalie. Seth Jones, Zach Werenski. Seth Jones has been playing really well this year. Cam Atkinson. I like Cam Atkinson. And how about Brandon Dubinsky? That seems like a weird one for some people to throw in there. But I think I like Brandon Dubinsky. I shouldn't throw... See, I can't... But I'm leaving guys out also like Nick Foligno and Brandon Saad that contribute a lot to the team. I think Scott Hartnell and Scott Gagne are a big part of the team too. For the minutes they're putting up and the way they're playing is really impressive. I don't know. I don't know if I could ever do a top 5. I'm impressed by all of them. Honestly, I think they're playing well as a team together. What pushed you to start YouTube? This question, I don't know why it's so hard for me to think back on it. I just think I wanted to do it because it seemed like fun and something it'd be interesting in doing. And now it's more like now that I'm farther in it, have a few more subscribers, I realize like how this community works, and it's kind of, I don't know, toxic. And I'd kind of like to see that change. I was hoping, you know, the competitive side of me wants me to be like the best NHL YouTuber, but at the same time, I want to be like make an impact for more positivity in this community because I swear there's so much negativity and toxicity. And I think, honestly, I know a lot of bigger YouTubers won't like hearing it. I think it's got a lot to do with them. I think it starts from the core, you know, EA. And I'm not calling out every bigger YouTuber, but I think there's a lot of them that send the wrong message to their fans. And that's why, I don't know. I'm not going to go in deep to it, but I think that's what's got something to do with some of the toxicity. If that makes any sense at all to you. Can you follow me on Twitter? No. Answer? Because I only follow people that I personally know, really, that I've talked to for a while or something. And, you know, like MLB, NFL, NHL Network, whatever, all that stuff. But other than that, I only follow, like, people I've actually had somewhat of a conversation with for the most part. And I can't even keep up with my Twitter feed from that part, honestly. I'm always, like, 12 to 13 hours behind, and I'll read, like, the top 2 tweets, and that's it. Why do you spell your name wrong? You listen here, Quentin Alvarez. Maybe you spell your name wrong. You ever think of that? Honestly, though, I spell my name. Every time you look in the comment section, people always spell it wrong. I rarely see people spell it right. Some people do, and I kind of like the fact that it's spelled like that, just because it's unique. The way I spell my name is a lot different than most people is, quite honestly. I'm not even gonna pretend like he's spelling his wrong, because mine's definitely one. People's like, why would you spell it like that? But I like it. I like the uniqueness. Who do you think's gonna win the cup? The Blue Jackets, man. Come on. But I'll actually try to get into more depth in that later on. I can't talk too much about it right now. But later on, stay tuned for something like that. It might be brought up. Why are the Blue Jackets good? The Blue Jackets are the best. What part of Ohio are you from? You're from Youngstown, but you live in North Carolina. Thoughts on the NHL 14 community? Did you or do you play any sports? First of all, I think I know where Youngstown's at. Is it near Dayton? I don't know. I think that's where it's at, though. And if it is, I'm like an hour and a half north of that. Just imagine driving straight to West Central Ohio in the middle of nowhere. You'll find me. Like, that's no lie. I'll talk more about that here in a little bit when there's a couple more questions coming up. As far as the NHL 14 community, I wasn't deeply into HUT. Honestly, I didn't get into HUT until late after Team of the Year. I always played EASHL for the first few years I had NHL. And from what I could tell, because when you're people are ruthless back in the day in the lobbies and in the ESHL, because I used to play goalie all the time. First of all, you know, you'd have to go to the lobby to find people to play with. That's what I miss, is the fact that they had a lobby for people to play with. I think that's the biggest problem with ESHL 2 now, is it's so much harder to find people besides searching the leaderboard and messaging people around them. But every time you go in those lobbies, there's always 1 or 2 people spamming that they HUT card duplicate, and obviously that's a scam. So, I mean, the scammers are just as hardcore back then as they are now. But also is the fact that, like I said, I played goalie, and you could go like 10-0. 10-0, second you lose, the entire club would disband, the goalie's trash, it's your fault you lost the game. That's why I never blame the goalie, first of all. You realize, like, after you play for a while, a lot of the time you play drop-ins, people always blame the goalie. If you just gave up a 2-on-1, 2-on-0, it's not the goalie's fault. I think you really, like, I've learned, you can play with a terrible goalie and still win games if you're good. It's a lot of the time it's your fault. Yeah, the goalie gives up shots to them to point. Of course it's his fault. But other than that, there's a lot of shots you should be playing better defense on. I think, you know, don't be hating on those goalies. Do I play any sports, by the way? No. I used to play football, or not football. I used to play basketball and baseball through school and stuff. But like I was saying, we don't have hockey around here. There's no hockey, high school hockey team, high school league team. Who's your favorite Movember? Victor Hedman. I like Victor Hedman. Got a good profit out of it, and I like Victor Hedman using him. Does Lightning McQueen buy car insurance or life insurance? You know what's funny? I didn't know who this was. Before I said something ignorant, I had to look it up, and I realized it was just a, if you guys didn't know, it's like the cars person on cars. It's a car person on cars. The red car. And I was just thinking, honestly, why I think he needs flood insurance. How did you come up with your name? How did I come up with my name? Well, story time. Back in WWE days, I used to always play WWE like a lot, like way too much. I mean, I used to sit on Xbox like 12 hours a day and play WWE. That was a little much back in like SVR 10, SmackDown vs. Raw 2010, 2011 days. And you used to have like clans and stuff because you tag team with people and then you change your clan tag. So I'd have like X VBM, I'll get into that in a little bit, X Legacy. And I always had Legacy in my name. And then once I got rid of the whole clan tag thing, I needed to make a longer name than Legacy, and I wanted something that was unique and somebody didn't use, so I came up with Revive Legacy. Hey, can we verse each other in NHL Hut? I wanted to answer this question, as I always do, so people know, because people always ask me, you want to play a game, and I always feel bad telling them no. When I stream, I always stream, and I have intentions of playing anybody that wants to play me, because I know that people want to play, but I usually don't have a lot of time to do it. That's why when I stream, I'm usually, you know, I have free time to play games, so I stream, play fans, stuff like that. So if you come around to watch the stream on Twitch when I'm streaming, come around, drop me drop a comment, something in the chat asking to play a game. I'll try to get you in a game with me. Why is Columbus your favorite team? Well, you'll like this actually. As you guys know, if you guys watch older QNAs, you know I didn't get into NHL. Like, I didn't watch NHL growing up. I legit started watching it 4 or 5 years ago at the earliest, and I play, like I've always told people, I played the NHL game before I started watching NHL, and I knew the Red Wings. I knew who the Red Wings were, the Detroit Red Wings, and I knew that it was close to me because I'm in Ohio. They're like, you know, state north of me if you're from Canada, if you don't know that. So there was one of the closer teams to me, and I was like, you know what, I like the Red Wings then because it was a close team. I've always been like a local support kind of guy, so I liked the Red Wings for like 6 months, and no, I never watched the game. I just kind of had them as my favorite team on NHL and pretended I knew who they were. I really just knew who Datsuk and Abdocator were, or somebody like that. No, Alfred said it wasn't Abdocator. Those are like my two go-to guys. But then, you know, my friend's like, no, you're a Blue Jackets fan. Pretty much made me become a Blue Jackets fan. And they weren't good, so it wasn't like a bandwagon thing either. And obviously, I seriously wasn't, I was barely aware there was a Columbus Blue Jackets team. It was that bad. And I was like, all right, Columbus Blue Jackets, that, all right, works for me. So, you know, after all these bad years, here we are. Not doing too bad this year. Finally got a good team going around. So who's your second favorite team? This question, it was perfectly timed by this guy. So right after that one, had to be the Detroit Red Wings, I guess, right? Since you like the rant, would you ever consider making a podcast channel and have fans come on as guests? You know what's funny is I answered this question by accident because it was just a question. I'm so used to just answering questions. But I would love to do something like that. The thing is, I don't know how you guys would receive it. I don't know. It'd probably have to be a separate channel thing, and it's one of those things that'd be hard to get going without a fan base. I don't know. It'd be I'd love to hear what you guys think about it. But like I said, it'd be one of those things, it'd be hard to get going without a fan base of it or something, I think, just to get a random podcast of a guy nobody's ever heard of. Who's your favorite YouTuber or the one you watch the most? My favorite YouTuber used to be Bradley Martin. We'll talk about it. But then I found out that he does like all the sketchy stuff behind the scenes and he's like fake personality kind of deal, and I don't like that, so I've really like drawn away from that. So if I'd have to say a video that I could always, you know, videos that I could actually watch completely through, I'd probably be telling you to go watch Bro Science. I like those videos, they're funny. Who's been your best player in Hut so far? Like I said, I like using Victor Hedman. He's one of my favorite players to use defense and offensively wise. There it is. There's a question. Where'd you come up with the name XVBMX Victory by Murder, and what does it mean? If you don't know what he's talking about, when you go into my channel, it's, you know how if you have like your channel name, so youtube.com/ it'll say like Victory by Murder, because that was what my original YouTube channel name was. Like I said, back in WWE, we had a little clan, And that was the YouTube like clan page thing that I started making, because for some reason I thought I was gonna make WWE videos, and you know, besides a couple low quality uploads, it never really happened. So yeah, that's why it's like that. If you're ever wondering, why are you such a beauty? Well, it takes a little bit of makeup, you know, beauty sleep, and usually the thing that I do that works best is I usually carry around the bag over the top of my head, personally. How old are my 06? I think he means how old are you? I am 20. If you were in a zombie apocalypse, what's your go-to weapon and why? A shovel, dude. Think about it. First of all, it's a good weapon. Second of all, worst comes to worst, you dig a big hole, bury yourself in it, and you wait for it to end. Problem solved. Just been wondering, Revive Legacy, want to play club together with us, some top players. I wanted to answer this question. I don't know if he was actually wanted in a Q&A or not, but I wanted to answer it for this reason. I don't switch clubs in Xbox One because I like to keep my stats, because I've been in the same club for almost all of the year and I don't really want to lose them, because I just think, I don't know, it's cool. PS4 wise though, I don't have a club. I don't play very much. I always say I'm going to play some more PS4 ESHL looking for a club thing. I never really got around to it, I guess. But if the time came and, you know, I needed a club or something on PS4, here I am. How many sexual partners have you had? Mine is 0 and I'm 20. Okay, this is a PG show, bud. But at least 2. If you know what I meant, if you know what I'm getting at here, if you know what I'm getting at. What is your favorite Canadian team, and who is your favorite player on it? My favorite Canadian team, I don't know, the Jets, I guess. Why? Because I've always had a thing for Blake Wheeler. So Jets, Blake Wheeler, favorite player on the team, of course, as well. I have 3 tradable carbons and 1 untradeable one. Do I hold on to them and hope they make a set for Team of the Year, or do I sell them? Here's the thing. Personally, I'm holding on to them right now, but I'm really sketchy and skeptical of there actually being a Team of the Year set, honestly. You think about all the good Team of the Years that are going to be out in Team of the Weeks, that leaves very few to get a set that are good. Maybe, like I said, Ovechkin, if he doesn't make Team of the Year, maybe he makes a set. That's really, it seems like your only hope of a really good card that would make carbons go up, but I'm holding on to him still. At this point, I don't know, I feel like there's nothing to lose. But there is, they could go down like 10 or 20k, so we'll find out. What's your favorite team? The Blue Jackets, man. Thoughts on a potential CBJ versus Pitt's first round matchup? Who do you think will win and why? First of all, I think it's really likely, but I'm hoping we pass the Capitals up for first in the division. Otherwise, one of us have to pass the Capitals, or we're probably going to play each other. I have a lot of confidence in the Blue Jackets. Honestly, I think they have a well-rounded team. Defense, offense, you know, goalies. The whole team's solid, in my opinion. I think we play good teams really well. We go out there and we lose to the Avalanche and the Devils and, you know, stuff like that. Not bashing on the Devils, I just remember losing to them earlier this year, and I know we lost to the Avalanche. But we play the good teams tough every time when we played them. Like we beat, you know, Montreal, kind of beat them 10-0. I think we beat the Capitals earlier this year one time. I think we'd have a really good fight, and I think we could win that game. I do think the winner of that game, though, is a very, very strong candidate for making a Stanley Cup playoffs or finals. Who's your favorite NHL player outside of the Columbus organization? That would be Tyler Seguin. Have you ever played organized hockey? On a side note, you should come play club. I already answered the club thing. Organized hockey, as I said I was going to mention earlier, there's no organized hockey leagues or anything near me. Legit, the closest ice hockey rink, I think I even looked it up. It was like 45 minutes away. It's crazy how unpopular. Like even in some of the cities around me, there ain't ice hockey rinks. It's crazy how not popular it is around here. Rank your favorite to least favorite Canadian teams. Explain why and name your favorite and least favorite players from each of the 7 teams. Well, first of all, I don't really have least favorite players on the teams, but I'll try to rank them for you. If I had to choose number 1, like I said, probably be the Jets. Maybe number 2 would be Ottawa. I don't know. I don't have a problem with Ottawa, I guess. I don't really have anything against them, so number 2. Calgary, maybe number 3. I kind of like the young teams that are trying to, you know, they're trying to work their way back into it. I'm an underdogs kind of guy when it comes to teams that I'm not a best fan of. And then 4, why not Edmonton? I don't have a huge problem with Edmonton of all teams. I think, you know, they have a bright future. Be interesting to see how they play. So 4, Edmonton. 5, Vancouver. I don't know. I'm just not a big Vancouver fan. 6, Montreal. 6 is going to be Montreal as least favorite. 6 is Montreal. And then 7, the only one I really have a good reason not to like, and that's the Leafs. I am not a big fan of how they went about tanking last year. I know Leafs fans might say, well, they didn't. But as far as an outsider is concerned that isn't a Leafs fan, I think they did. It's a personal opinion. You look at Look what they did with the team. They dumped Phil Kessel for free. They got rid of Dion Phaneuf. And then if that didn't make you think like they was just getting rid of all their good players, I get it. Phaneuf's but Kessel, I don't know. Kessel's a good player. But like I was saying, what really sealed the deal was when James Reimer started playing really well, and they hurried up and traded him. That is where I drew the line, was when they had a goalie doing well and they dumped him. That kind of bugged me. At that point, it's like, it's an integrity thing to me. You gotta keep integrity in the sport. I don't want to think of this as the NBA where we gotta tank the, like the 76ers do every year or whatever to get a good team, and your fans are paying to watch you play games and you're dumping your team away. I'm not a big fan of it. I understand trade deadline maybe, and you're dumping a couple older guys, but your entire team like that, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it. I know it's not their entire team, but you know what I'm getting at. Plus, JVR didn't play all year. Anyway, guys, that was all the questions. Thank you guys for submitting them as always. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.